I have a question. I'm curious about the relationship with the 6 classical schools of philosophy and how they relate to each other.
Each school is a full and complete system of philosophy within itself. And taken together, they comprise stepping stones. So if we begin with Charvak, which says everything I know is everything in my mind was once in my senses. Pretty easy principle. It says that, well, I know my senses most intimately, and if it's in my mind, it must have come, I must have seen it or smelled it or tasted it or heard it, or in some way it came in. So everything that's in my mind was once in my senses, and all my senses know is the material world. So the only proof of existence I have is the material world. And then Nyaya comes along. And Nyaya says, wait a minute, you make inferences between various things that you've seen in the world. And you create all kinds of relationships. And you have this system of logic. And you make deductions and inductions. And you have many kinds of proof, not just sensory perception. The senses are one. But you have a deductive logic where you have a syllogism, a thesis, an antithesis, and the synthesis. You have inductive logic where you have a universal principle and you apply it to many particulars. Or you see many particulars and you induce a universal principle. Like where there's smoke, there's fire. And there's smoke on the hill. Therefore, there must be fire on the hill. Or you could say, Pushpa is a human being, and Rook is a human being, and Shankar is a human being, and I don't know about you guys. So humanity, anybody who stands up on 2 legs with 2 arms and has a brain, might be human. These are universal principles. And then you have testimony. Hey, the scriptures say it's true. The gods say it's true. The rishis said it's true. My guru told me. My parents accepted it. Everybody is in agreement. So we have various forms of proof in Nyaya. That's the system of logic. From Nyaya we go to Vaisheshika and we say, hey, all that we can understand are atoms that are tumbling in this vortex of space, and like atoms are uniting with like atoms, and opposites are repelling each other, and now there are protons, neutrons, electrons, quarks, and bosons. So they're all uniting in this vortex of space, and here we have everything is explained as natural phenomena. Well, Shankya says, wait a minute, natural phenomena enough is not sufficient to explain this existence. You've got, in addition to Prakriti, you need a Purush. In addition to a material cause, you need an instrumental cause. You need consciousness. So now we have the distinction between Purush and Prakriti, between nature and spirit, between soul and all of the material cause. Yoga is the next step. It comes along and says, hey, the purpose of life is to unite the two and to bridge all the differences, to unite your Purush with your Prakriti, to create a harmony and a bond so that your mind and your heart are working in harmony. They're working together. You really believe what you're saying, what you're doing. You're speaking from your heart. You speak with conviction. And in order to do that, they proclaim the next step of philosophy, which is called Purva Mimamsa. And Purvamimamsa is Tantra. It's Bhakti. Let's do puja. Let's read the scriptures. Let's do homa. We'll sing, we'll dance, we'll explain what we're doing, and we'll offer our love to God. And we have the 7 steps of Karma Yoga. And ultimately, by prosecuting that path, we reach to Vedanta, Uttarmimamsa. So now we have 7 steps: Charva, Nyaya, Vaisheshika, Sankhya, Yoga, Purvamimamsa, and Uttarmimamsa. Vedanta is a realization there's nothing to do in Vedanta. Brahma, 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 Brahma. 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 There is no second. Dvitiyam na mamapara. There is no duality. Brahma, 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 Brahma. There is no speaker, there is no listener, there is nothing to be said. And those are the 7 steps of philosophy. When you take each system in its, as it stands alone, it's a full and complete system within itself. When you put all 7 of them together, you move from the earth to the divine. Bhur, Bhuva, Shva, Maha, Jana, Tapa, Satyam. They take you through the 7 levels of consciousness. All 7 schools of philosophy.